Hello, everybody, and welcome out to a very special episode of the Save Stop 3 Gamescast. I am your host, EOF Gizmo, joined this week by Massive Das
Hello, everyone.
and Mr. CW Lanky.
Hi, Dave.
Boys, I'm back. Been around the world, hot and tired, and there's only one thing I need, and that is, of course, the Pengles news desk. Time for some news.
I got 10 items of news.
Baker's dozen.
Number 1, we had a Ghost of Yotai State of Play. We got some info, some new modes, some new console limited editions, some dual senses. It was all good, wasn't it, Craigie?
Yeah, it was a really good show, in fairness. I said it was a bit weird on the last show that they basically didn't show it at all and were like, oh yeah, come back for this one, but it kind of makes sense when you had them watch this one and show the focus they put on it. I thought they did a good job of kind of maybe putting some people's fears at ease, because when they were describing this game, it was a bit like, oh, this is a bit Assassin's Creed and Far Cry, isn't it? And, as much as I do like the old Assassin's Creed and the old Far Cry, I'm like, oh, I don't know. I think people are past that, aren't they? But they do a good job of kind of showing how hopefully it's not going to be that. It's going to be a bit more interesting by the sound of it. And yeah, everything they showed looked really cool. The weapons looked really cool. It looked very cinematic, didn't it? They really liked... They did it in the first trailer they showed, that really cinematic shot with that big mountain in the background. It looked amazing on that first trailer. They did that about 10 times.
Yeah.
In the show. I was like, yeah, really... They like that shot, don't they? They go into the well quite often there. But no, it all looked very, very cool. It's coming in October, isn't it? And I think it's coming at a good time in October because it's around the start, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the 2nd, I believe. So
it's like before everything else comes out in October, which might be a good move in all honesty.
Well, it is, especially when you want the game. Dual senses and a cover plate, Craigie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's good that it's separated by a few other bits and pieces and that. What about you, Davey? Have you managed to watch this? Did you watch it on your flight home or anything?
Yeah, I gave it a quick look on the old flight home, and yeah, it was good. Looks like more ghosts. Really need to get back to the first one. Yeah, this looks like a on-form PlayStation game, and obviously showed lots of cool accessories and whatnot for us to buy because we're all terrible with our money. But yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Will you be trying any of the modes, the lo-fi beats mode or the 13 samurai mode where it's zoomed in and more blood?
Nah, I think I'll just play the normal game. I don't know about you guys.
I might try the lo-fi beats.
Yeah, same. I think I might have a little play around with it, definitely. I don't know whether it'd be something you keep on necessarily, but yeah, the lo-fi beats and the zoomed in, more bloody version looked particularly cool, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looked a bit savage, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be playing it in black and white for long, but I'm sure I'll have a little look.
Yeah, I did watch Mystic's video and a bit like you, Dave, saying going to play it normally, but then post once finished the game and mopping up for trophies, then play the whole game in the lo-fi beat mode sort of thing. It's like, you're not mopping stuff up, that thing. So that could be a sort of thing. Especially trying the black and white mode, etc.
Nice.
Yeah, try after.
Do you think this is a proper big sequel, as opposed, because when this was first announced, people thought it was going to be like a Miles Morales sort of thing, didn't they? Almost like a smaller spin-offy sort of thing. But to me, this just looks like a big full-blown sequel. This is going to be smaller in any way.
No, I think it's mostly going to be bigger. It'll be bigger map and stuff, won't it? And
yeah,
you got more fighting styles and more weapons and all that sort of stuff. Everything's sort of bigger.
There's a weird rock paper scissors mechanic with the weapons as well in there, which looks quite cool.
Yeah,
so it's going to encourage you to kind of play around with stuff and use different stuff instead of just doing what I would probably do and be like, oh, that's a big spear. Let's use the big spear and poke people with it. And it's just like, well, if so and so's got this type of weapon, you need the big long sword, so you can pull that out. So that's quite cool.
Yes, that is pretty cool. Next item of news: PlayStation Plus premium games for July has been announced, and it's a pretty good lineup. So you had Cyberpunk 2077. That's already been added. That was added on the 9th of July. The rest of them come the 15th, apart from one. You also got Banisher's Ghost of New Eden, Oblivion the video game, Planet Zoo, Risk of Rain 2, Tropicano 6, and New World Aterium. Plus, you also got a Biotech Factor. That's the 22nd of July, and that is on Plus, and it's also coming on Game Pass day one. So, like your FBC Firebreak, it is on both services, I believe, on day one, and this I think has also been on PC for a while, but this is the 1.0 release. Anything there for you, Davey?
Yeah, it's a pretty good month. I already own Cyberpunk digitally on PS5, so otherwise that would be a good one for me. But yeah, I'd probably check out Banishers. So I think Craig checked that out last year and was quite liked it, and maybe New World Eternium. But yeah, it's a solid month. How about you guys?
Yeah, what about you, Craigie? This lot.
Yeah, it's good. A lot of the stuff that like is good. I've already played, so probably not for me, but there is like good stuff. Like you said, Banishers is good, and obviously Cyberpunk's good as well. Obviously, I've already played them, so yeah, it's a good lineup, definitely.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Already played them on like Cyberpunk. I picked up on my Switch too, so if I was gonna play that, I would just continue over on the Switch too. They have got Phantom Liberty on sale at the moment. For, I think it's 20 quid for the expansion. I think on PSN, so you can buy that and you get like all the content. New World is maybe the one I would try, because when that did come out, it did look interesting. It's just it was like 50 quid for a digital game by Amazon. Yeah, not sure about that, but on Plus, might give it a go. And then the premium games are Twisted Metal 3 and 4, just in time for season 2 of the show. And this will be the first time they're available in Europe, Dave.
Huge.
Huge. The only thing is, it's huge and it's cool. It's like, you compare this to like the Switch, obviously we've been able to play like Soul Calibur online, even though we are playing it local because of the weird how it does the emulation, and you could do that with F-Zero and things like that. So a game like Twisted Metal would really want proper like online multiplayer, and obviously that's not a thing. Really, you can do the share screen thing on PlayStation, a bit like the game share on like Switch, but like no one ever uses it. So that's a little bit of shame, isn't it, Dave, that we can't really play these online together.
Yeah, it's I suppose it's a hindsight thing, right? Just because Nintendo have done such a good job with theirs. But yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those series as well. Like you either like it or you don't. And I don't really have a huge desire to go back to it. I'd like a new one. That'd be cool. But yeah.
Yeah, I am surprised because we had that rumored new one for ages, didn't we, Craig? But obviously when we had the show, but nothing ever has happened with Twisted Metal.
I wonder if it was one of the like planned live service things that got canned or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was meant to be a live service game, but that kind of makes sense for that sort of game as well. It's just a pretty much multiplayer combat game. So it would have made sense, I think, to make it live service. But yeah, it was an odd one, sort of thing. So. And sticking as PlayStation and TV shows and them liking to do stuff, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered has got an update, Dave. You can now play it in chronological mode.
Remastered, updated edition. Sounds like a bit of fun for you, Pengi.
I still not bought or played Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, sort of thing. And I like a chronological mode would be interesting because obviously I've already played Part 2, so now play it in like the order of how things that did happen. They also added some costumes for Tommy and Joel, where they can look at like Nathan and Sam Drake, sort of for the roguelike multiplayer mode thing that they put in. I've never played because I haven't played Part 2 Remastered, sort of thing. Craig,
They've maybe gone a little bit too far when like even Chris Pengelly has not bought it yet.
No, yeah,
You see,
no,
Chris
no.
Pengelly will buy any slot that has the word exclusive to whatever his preferred console is at the time. Anything. He'll
Yeah,
buy it.
yeah.
And even Chris Pengelly's going, nah, says you've gone too much, you've gone too far here, guys.
Yeah, yeah. And what about you though, Craig? Because you've not played part 2 whatsoever. I guess you're waiting for it to hopefully come to plus one day. But would you play it
Yeah,
in how it's
maybe.
the traditional way it's told, or would you play it in this chronological
I
mode?
play it however the original was made, Pengi.
Yeah,
That's absolutely fine to me.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing. It's fine for free. Um, Will Bungie be fine because Destiny Rising has had over 5 million pre-sign-ups for that mobile Destiny game. Will it save Bungie, Craig? People playing mobile Destiny.
If there's anything that probably can, it'd be mobile gaming, right?
Yep.
So I can imagine the sort of sick freaks who are still turning up to Destiny are also the sort of sick freaks that spend too much money on mobile games.
Oh yeah, those whales. Yeah.
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 So yeah, it's a smart move. It's more likely to save them the marathoners. That way, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. What about you, Dave? Does it need anime horse girls to be the big breakout hit of the mobile world?
Oh, I suspect so. Yeah, I expect we need
Yeah.
as many anime titties as possible, Pengi.
Yes.
The bigger the better.
Absolutely.
Uh, could be. Next news item. Helldivers 2 is coming to Xbox in August, Dave, and it's going to be published by PlayStation.
Huge cats and dogs living together, frogs falling from the sky. Yeah, Arrowhead have long talked about their desire for this, haven't they? And it seems like they've got their way on the same day that Gears of War comes to PlayStation as well.
Yes, that's the thing. Now people are asking for a Nintendo Switch 2 version, Craig. Do you want a Nintendo Switch 2 version of Helldivers 2 so you can play it on the go on your Switch 2?
I guess it would make sense.
Mm.
I don't know. The Switch Online is that? I suppose it'd be in the game, wouldn't it? So it should be okay, right?
Mm.
I don't know how the chat would work. Do you have to do it through the party chat? Is there a game chat? Who knows? It's hard with multiplayer games on Nintendo. Is a difficult thing, isn't it? To be honest, other than their own first party stuff.
Yeah, we got like Fortnite on there, haven't you, and stuff. People obviously must party chat and stuff on that with the other consoles.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, sort of thing. Plus, I guess if it's also got cross save, I could see people like, oh, I've got it on my PlayStation. I want it on a portable, and then like double dipping it and buying it on their Switch 2. And I could see people already, like that sort of thing was like the Steam version. I'm like, oh, I'll play it on my Steam Deck and play it on the PlayStation sort of thing. So I could see why you would also put it on Switch 2 for that sort of reason. Then also coming to Switch 2 this month is WWE 2K25, which will be the first WWE game on Switch for quite a while, Dave, after that disaster, which I think was 18, the one with Seth Rollins on the cover.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Was that the one that was the disaster in general?
Yeah, and it was just
yeah.
even worse on Switch.
Yeah, sort of thing. Any interest to either of you? A portable WWE 2K25 game?
No, I haven't watched any wrestling in a long time. I'll be honest with you, Pengi.
Yeah.
But what we really want is put the old N64 wrestling games on that service thing. That'd be good, right?
Yeah, the licenses for that's got to be horrendous now.
Make it happen, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Or the WCW one on the 64 was very good as well. Was it the NWO versus OCW? That one? That was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were both pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. But talking of sports coming back, EA is bringing back college basketball after obviously the success of college football, Dave.
Yeah, it's not a surprise after, like you said, how successful college football was and how incredibly popular college basketball is. Even particularly with women as well. So I suspect it's a no-brainer for EA. EA, who don't have a basketball game anymore, if you remember. So it seems like a sensible way for them to get back in.
Do you think that's will then turn into, if this does well, something like we then get NBA Live or something, Craig?
Maybe if it does well. But yeah, it's you see EA dumping down the old sports game after they had some hits, didn't they, with their single player games.
Mm.
They took some pummeling there, didn't they? So.
Yeah. But I still want someone to bring back is NHL Blitz. Whoever owns that license, bring that back instead. That's what I want. That's what I want. But what people do seem to want is Forza Horizon 5, as it's nearly passed 3 million copies on PS5, Davey, and it's the first Xbox title to hit this number. Even though I'm sure Sea of Thieves has done pretty well, but this is the first one to hit 3 million, which also a bit of news as well, because I thought Astrobot had done 1.5 million, and that's the figures I can find, but the Circa whatever that does the numbers says it's just going to surpass Astrobot. So it means Astrobot's also done around 3 million as well from that slight bit of information we've got. There, so yeah.
It's a great game. It's a great game. And I guess a series that there isn't a similar game, right, as we said when it came out.
Closest you can get was the Crew, I guess. That would be your best shout.
Exactly. And we're just as okay as the Crew is, it's not in the same postcode as Forza Horizon 5, so yeah, it's good to see that it's a good game that's still doing well.
Yeah. Create thoughts and stuff, and obviously Astro's just had a DLC update as well. That game keeps chugging on.
Yeah, it's no surprise. Horizon 5's done very well and made all the money. It is a fantastic video game, and they have just kind of taken over the racing genre, aren't they, now, of the Horizon series. It's just, did silly numbers on Xbox, and it's continue to do silly numbers on PlayStation, I would have thought.
Oh yeah. So that's that. And then number 9, news number, we got the Subnautica 2 mess. Davey, I don't know if you've seen or heard about any of this while you're off. So some layoffs at the Subnautica 2 devs, some layoffs and that, including the co-founders and stuff of that studio. They were bought by Krafton. Also, it seems like the game is supposed to come out in early access soon and stuff. It's not. People are speculating that's because there's a $250 million bonus clause in the contract when they bought the studio, and obviously if they don't make money, you don't have to pay them the $250 million, do you, Davey?
No, again, it's not something I am familiar with, this story, I must say. But yeah, it seems to be lots of just generally bad run things all about the games industry at the moment, really, right? But yeah, not good.
Craig, you may have seen more on this one than Davey.
Yeah, it seems like a lawsuit now, isn't there? Cause
the co-founders,
the top dogs that got fired are basically saying that that this is unlawful, and that they were fired because they wanted to put the game into early access, and then if it gone into early access, then they would have made the money and hit the bonus target, and they're saying that's why Krafton saying they can't put the game into early access. It does all just seem like a bit of a mess, doesn't it?
And also
it's a little bit worrying because Krafton, I feel like we hear dubious things about them quite a lot, right?
Yeah.
They're the ones that bought the Tango studio, aren't they? Hi-Fi Rush. And they did Callisto Protocol as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
They published that, so it's an interesting company. Sounds like it might chug on and be a bit of a mess for a while.
Yeah, plus also the bonus was apparently $250 million, and because the team was pretty small, like even the basic sort of bonus was going to be 6 figures and stuff for yeah, like whoever's at the bottom at the studio is still going to get six figures how it was split. So yeah, pretty
It's
pretty
wild
bad
to me
over.
that was ever agreed. Like 250 million is like a ridiculous sum of money, isn't it? To hit the target in the games industry at the moment.
Hmm.
Like, how on earth did that ever get agreed? Because that was always going to lead to some sort of financial mess, surely.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, like, even if it did come out on early access, there's no guarantee that it was actually going to make enough money to then hit the bonus. Obviously, they're all thinking it would, sort of thing. I don't know, like, would it have been like 20 quid or 30 quid or something on Steam, like sort of thing, like selling how many copies to get you 250 million uh, dollars back and stuff like that. Yeah, but yeah, a bit of a mess. That's always
Those PC
said.
freaks love Subnautica, don't they?
Yeah,
Those
and
fucking weirdos.
early access and stuff like that. So it most probably would have done its targets. Plus, Subnautica 1 would still be selling as well, and all that stuff. And there might be, I don't know, weird VR or mobile ports that I'm not privy of knowing about, but yeah, it could be. Wow. And then the last one is also a bit of a mess. It's all the Xbox mess, Dave. You even talked about this while you were on holiday.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of those. Okay, I spoke about my video. I know you did a video, so we'll be interested what Craig thinks. But it's this never-ending narrative at the moment with Xbox. For every 2 or 3 positive things that come out, they then have to turn around and do something fucking stupid. And currently, it's the AI-based layoffs across all of Microsoft, and Xbox has been hit pretty hard, from what we can tell. So, studios being shuttered, games being cancelled, all kinds of mess. So
Funding pulled.
yeah, well, it's all
Yeah.
pretty, it's all pretty bad shit in it really. So I'd be interested to see what Craig thinks, because obviously we haven't heard from Craig, so I think I'll leave it with him.
So, Craig, you got the floor.
Yeah, it does sound like this is something that came down, isn't it, from the top dogs at Microsoft. So some of the 9,000 jobs across all of Microsoft they had to basically save to get the money for this AI shenanigans they're doing.
Yeah, they
I
spent
don't really
80 billion
understand.
on AI. They spent more
Um,
on the AI than Activision.
they were using someone else's servers now. I don't know. I don't understand it, but yeah, it sounds like this obviously came down. I imagine that this would have came down onto, I guess, Phil Spencer's or the big dogs at Xbox's desk, and it would have been, you are saving this amount of money, and you have got 2 days or something to tell us how you are going to do it, because we've all worked in big corporations and we know that tends to be how it happens, right?
Hmm.
It is all very fast. It is, you are doing it. There's no way around it. Tell me how you're going to do it, and we want it how you're going to do it very quickly, which is brutal. It's really sucks for people losing their jobs, obviously. I think of what we know of, I mean, Everwild's the strange because that we haven't seen that in so long. I think we only saw that first initial trailer way back when, which might have been
Hmm.
2001 or something like that, I think. Which is a long, long time ago. Back when Xbox fell into that trap of announcing loads of games way, way too early, which I think they have very much learned from now. There was, I don't really listen to a huge amount of like Xbox-based podcasts now, but I remember like a few years ago hearing Jez talk about Everwild and saying how for like years it was just going nowhere and they didn't really know what they were going to do. It was just kind of like a very loose concept, essentially. I think in the end they ended up getting rid of the top dogs who were working on the game, replacing them, and that sounded like it was actually starting to go somewhere. But like I said, that was me hearing that was probably a few years ago at this point.
Yeah.
So it clearly wasn't going anywhere near fast enough, and it got cut. The other big one is the initiative, right? I would be fascinated to know how much money Microsoft has lost on that, because they set that studio up essentially from the ground up, I believe. The
Yeah,
idea
and
that
they
it was gonna,
poached talent
Mate,
from like Sony Santa Monica and stuff. So I guess they would have paid them decent wages and that to get them from Santa Monica and stuff.
yeah, definitely. And I imagine it's probably in some trendy city somewhere in America where it's going to be very hot, very high overheads, and all that jazz. And that, even though I think they set the studio up in, is it 2018 or something like that?
Yeah.
We got to 2025 and they never even released a game and they've been shut down.
Yeah, and remember they got
Which is
Crystal
just a,
Dynamics on
yeah, I was
board
about
as
to say,
well.
and that would not have been cheap having them like co-developing a game. That was the whole idea of, imagine, setting that studio up was part of the Xbox trying to develop their own games, right, as opposed to doing partnership deals. So I would be fascinated at how much money they lost on that game and Perfect Dark in general. It's what they showed that trailer a couple years ago of Perfect Dark, didn't they? Which looked really cool. It always looked a bit like a sci-fi version of like indie. Now that
Yeah.
indies come out, it kind of looked like that sort of thing, which would have been really cool. But again, I'm guessing that was just not going anywhere like quick. And they obviously thought they've sunk enough money into this, they've got to save the money somehow. And they did not want to wait another however long. We could have been in 2028 and we could have still been set again. The initiative haven't released a game, I guess. So they obviously had to just pull the rug out of everyone there and just bin off that complete studio, which is wild. So it would be fascinating. So how much money they lost on that. I think the other big one is that Romero Studios game, right, which they were publishing.
Yeah.
Which sounds very brutal.
Because apparently he said he had a meeting the day before and it was all going pretty well. And now
this shows how fast these things can change, isn't it? They could have the meeting the day before. Who knows? It could have came down onto the desk 2 days later that you've got to save this money, and suddenly you've got to save this money from somewhere. So yeah, savage, absolute savage. Yeah, I think the most brutal one is this year. The fact that like 7-8 years they never even released a game. It's wild, absolutely wild. We've talked about the Concord documentary. We need the Initiative documentary as well, because it's fascinating to know the level of fuck ups there.
Yeah, and then obviously the other big one is Turn 10. Nearly all of them have got laid off as well. Sounds like they're just going to be the support studio now for Playground. So I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens to Forza Motorsport going forward, if that's just not a thing anymore. Because if they're supporting, they're going to be supporting on Horizon 6, and Horizon makes
or if they co-develop
money.
With Playhouse, maybe. I imagine they trust Playhouse a lot more with that sort of thing at this point, with the amount of money that the Horizon series prints, right?
Yeah. And I think there was rumours on OD, but Jess has gone that is still getting funded. But I hadn't heard anything on Contraband, because the rumours was funding was getting pulled on Contraband, and no one seemed to have followed up on if that is true or not. I haven't seen anything saying that it is, and you think Avalanche would come out and go, yeah, we've lost funding, or we've now got it published by 505 or something, but I've not actually seen anything what's happening there on that one sort of thing. But yeah,
it's one of those. I wouldn't be surprised if they had, because that was another one which I think was announced in 2021 at the same sort of time.
It's 4 years ago it was shown, and we haven't seen anything.
We've seen nothing. This excitement levels, I can't imagine a particularly high Contraband right now, given they've shown absolutely nothing. So yeah, if you're going to be excited, there's going to be stuff that they've actually announced, like Outer Worlds and Fable and that, right? Not Contraband. So if you're looking for somewhere to save money and you're out in your Microsoft and Xbox, and you think, well, Contraband would make sense to go.
Yeah, and I think Raven was pretty much gone as well now. Obviously one of the COD studios. So not good. Any last words on this, Davey?
No, I'm sure more will come out in the coming weeks. But yeah, it's just that. Like I said, it's just that. For every exciting announcement they make, they're going to do something like this, and you're just like, oh, here we go again. But yeah, that is the industry at the moment.
Yeah, I said on my video, because I did do a little bonus sort of video last week, is like, cool, you've got like not cool thing, but like all these studios like being laid off and that, you still got quite a few studios, but most of their games actually seem to be coming next year. You got E Day next year. Forza was hinted at next year, so that's Horizon 6. You got Fable next year, and it seems like the Halo remake next year. So there's 4 of your studios making a game like next year. Obviously, Keepers this year from Double Fine and stuff. It's like what's coming in 2027 now? For instance, like I had Perfect Dark in my mind for 2027. And I was like, well, that's not a thing now. Is it? You got Clock Work, whatever it's called, coming, which I guess is 2027, and maybe State of Decay. But we know games take 4 or 5 years to make, for instance. So once E-Day's done, Gears 7 or E-Day 2 or whatever is going to be, 4 or 5 years from, that team sort of thing. So I do like what they have planned in the pipeline going, forward. Though when you have less
Yeah, I think
studios
they've
than you
got
did.
much more savvy of not announcing stuff early, haven't they? That's probably why
Yeah.
we don't know, because they learned that lesson pretty much the hard way, right? All those
Yeah,
years ago.
I was just
Announced
going
that
like
stuff.
if you
Like
went through
Keeper was
if
announced,
you went
right? And it was
if you went through
this
the
year.
studios, you could kind of work out what everyone's doing, and then so it's like what's coming X time and stuff like that. Obviously, some studios that's what like Obsidian obviously seem to be able to just pump stuff out so quickly, for instance. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's more Obsidian games coming and annual CODs going forward, sort of a thing. That's that, and that is all the news I have.
Nice, Pengi. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll move on to the topic of the show, Tots Tots. It was a very brief rundown of my vacation, because obviously I've only got back this morning, so we haven't really had much time to think about a proper solution. Obviously, like I said, the jet lag delirium mixed with the heat is gonna settle in pretty hard here. At any moment, in my what feels like a hot box is where I feel like I am at the moment. But yeah, so I've been away. I've been in the US of A. In terms of video gamey stuff, Pengi, I have stopped in some video game stores on my travels and picked up a couple of video games. So we'll talk about them now. So I picked up some random PS2 games, Craigo, because I went to a couple shops and I just wanted to buy some stuff. And I had some like random dollars, so I want some stuff that we can't get here. So I picked up NCAA Football 2003 on the PS2 for 98 cents, and EA NFL Head Coach for 99 cents as well from a different shop. So these are just random PS2 football games, American football games.
I have a question now, Dave. Why do you go to have an American PS2?
Oh, who knows? It's the most for the shelf. Like we went to this place, so like I wanted to buy something, kind of thing. I think really, but yeah, I think realistically, if I decide to play EFL Head Coach, whatever, it will be emulated. But at least I've got the disc right. But it was 98 cents. I had like $2 in my wallet. I was like, why not? And then the actual sort of proper game I bought was MLB The Show 25 on the Switch from GameStop, because I've been wanting to play some MLB, and I always try and do an American sports game a year. Like last year we did college football, and I played that quite a bit on PS5, so I wanted to pick up one of those, and I was really torn between picking it up on PS5 or Switch 1/2, and I was kind of like, well, I think I'm probably going to play a game like that more in bed, right, on the Switch 2. So I have picked up. It's a pretty cool package. It has like a baseball card inside, a load of like free stuff, and the conversion rate works in our favor. I think it was $50, which was like, I think it was £35, which isn't too bad, is it, nowadays for new games? So but yeah, that's the games I bought. I did go to the Nintendo World store in New York a couple of nights ago, which was pretty fun. It was a pretty cool. I mean, Times Square is wild, guys. I don't know. Obviously, if you see it in movies and pictures and stuff, but when Spider-Man on the PS4 and 5, but yeah, Times Square is crazy. But it was pretty cool to go to the Nintendo World. So I did buy a T-shirt that just says Nintendo New York on it, and that was $20. So it was like £15. So that was cool. Could have spent a lot more, but luckily I didn't have space in my case. And the most important purchase I know that Craig wants to know about is that I did in fact buy a big old bag of peanut butter M&Ms, which you just cannot legally get in this country because of the chemicals induced inside in it. It's great shit. But yeah, it was a good time. We basically just went to lots of different Jimmy Buffett Margaritavilles. That was what incidentally happened because we stayed in one resort that was one of them, and then we just kept bumping into these fucking themed restaurants, Craigo, and it was a fun time. But yeah, it was a fun holiday. About
And
12
Mike would be
days.
proud of you.
Yeah, absolutely. We bought a shirt in every one. That's my new thing now. I'm buying a shirt in each of these Margaritavilles. So I have like a Tulsa one, a Nashville one, and stuff, which is quite funny. But yeah, it was a nice holiday. Obviously, my partner's moving away to Dubai in a month, so that'll be the next trip away. God knows what the video game scene is like in the UAE. I think it's actually quite popular, but
Yeah, it's very PlayStation heavy though,
Yeah.
Davey.
it's all
So-
good. It's all good. I got a PS5, haven't I? So get some
Yeah.
cool while I'm over there. But yeah, that was my trip. It was a good one. It was very much needed. I am absolutely exhausted now, and I'm just very sad to come back and it be horrible warmth. I wanted like 5 degrees and rain, Craigo. That's what I wanted, but we move on. But yeah, it was.
That's what normally happens when you get off the plane, isn't it? When you
Yeah.
go away, you come back, and it's like pissing down with rain, and you say single figures, but yeah, it is aperture at the moment.
Yeah, and it was warm over there. Like we did one part. We drove 12 hours from Oklahoma to Nashville in our hired Toyota Camry, all on the one road. By the way, it was 12 hours on the same like highway.
Is it just one straight road
Yeah,
and just
one
holding that
straight
steering wheel?
Well, that was it. Like it had cruise control and like smart steering and braking. So like I literally like from the stint that I was doing, I literally just sat there and held the steering wheel in case it went wrong. But like it did everything for me. It was great. But
I would love to see Americans driving on like English roads.
oh, I mean
It was fucking terrifying.
it's wild, right? Because like, there's so few rules. Like the only rule is you stop at a stop sign. Like that's it. That's like the one rule they have. And then like you can turn on a red. Like it's weird. It's so strange. And it's like the roads are huge. Like obviously all the cars are automatic as well. Like I was like I've got to drive my car at some point this week. I've got a windscreen to get fixed on it first. But I was just looking at it like it's insane to me. Like it's like I stress so much using the clutch, whereas like I literally like a child could drive the like big ass Camry that we had. Like when I was pulling into GameStop and then all the food, and the food is great over there, but like my body hates me now, Craig. Like the like gassy and like the shits and stuff since I've got back is like wild because my body's like, please do not put any more fried food in me. But yeah, some crazy good food though, some crazy good food. But yeah, do love the US. It's one of those places I do like going. I think I go pretty much every year, right? So yeah, good time. I did miss my Switch 2 though, boys. I'll be honest. I took the Switch 1 and played a couple
I
things.
thought you were going to take the PSP. That's what I was going to
No,
ask
the-
you. How
the
much
PS
PSP you play?
The PSP is for like solo trips. 'Cause obviously, like, I've closed 6 hours away, and I've got to go
Yeah.
like I've got to get a train and then a play. And I wanted something that's pocketable, really. Like the Switch 2, I'll probably end up taking anyway. But yeah, I did really miss the Switch 2. I was kind of like a couple of days in, like, because we'd played Mario Kart World, I think almost every night, didn't we, Craig? In the run up,
Yeah.
so like I was kind of sat there like, oh, I would really like to play some Switch 2, and then some like demos got announced for games that I wanted to play, and I was like, where's my Switch 2? But yeah, I will do a whole Switch 2 video at some point because I love the thing. But yeah, that was my trip, boys.
What have you played though, Dave? You played anything?
Yeah, so we'll roll into what I've bought and played because then we can go through. Pardon me. So I've only played 2 things since I've been back today, Pengi.
Right.
While I was away,
I didn't know if you played any arcade machines. or
we
anything while
went
you
to
were
a
away.
Dave and Buster's and played some arcades stuff. I did put a video on my channel and we played some bits and bobs, nothing really crazy. Like your usual like Mario Kart, Fruit Ninja, some VR stuff. There was lots of Quest 2 arcade setups in these places that were quite surprising. There's some good stuff in there. It was quite fun. I mean, they had the thing with like the whole like rig you sit on moves. So we did like a Godzilla thing where it was throwing us around. It was quite fun, to be fair. And then on the flights, I just played. Do you remember Urban Freestyle, Pengi, on the Vita?
Yeah.
There's a couple of them on the Switch, and they were like £1 on sale. So they're basically Trials, Craig. They're like a if Trials had stayed like Trials Evolution, the Urban Freestyle games. That's basically what it is. And they've got a few of them on Switch. We played those, but yeah, that was kind of it. And then since I've been back, I played some Splatoon 3 this morning, because it's Splatfest. It's a travel Splatfest, ironically, so I picked by plane. By plane to that, and I'll play some more obviously this weekend. And then I played a very quick go of the Wild Hearts S demo on Switch 2 because I said in the chat I'd quite like to give that a go. And it's a good demo so far. We're going to play it more because it's one of those that they seem to have changed quite a bit, and it's a bit more I think, what people are expecting to be. But it is a really fun time. Like, I'm not a big Monster Hunter guy, and it's kind of like a weird like halfway house between Monster Hunter and like Devil May Cry. Like, it's pretty fun actually. It was a pretty fun game. So I'm going to play the demo. This is quite a sizable demo, so I'm going to play some more of the demo and decide if maybe to pick that one up at the end of the month after Donkey Kong. But yeah, that's all I've played, boys. That's all I've bought, and that's all I've holidayed. So we'll move on to Craigo. What have you bought and played this week, my boy?
In terms of bought, I don't think anything is controlled there. Because I do have my Donkey Kong pre-order, which is what 3 or 4 days away at this point.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
Thursday. So,
Huge.
Yeah. That's exciting, right?
yeah.
In terms of
We'll have it done by
played-
Sunday, Craig. Hey.
God, I did jump onto Fast Fusion. That game's called, right? I get
Yeah.
confused because there's so many of those games. Fast Fusion, and I did do the new Grand Prix they've added. I did just do it on easy at the moment, but I probably will jump back onto that because I have unlocked the medium difficulty thingy now. So yeah, that's just one that I just jump back to every now and again. The new tracks are pretty cool, Pengi, if you've not played them yet. That's cool, but that's just a free update, obviously. But the main thing I've been playing on the Switch is obviously Dave's been away, so I've not really played any Mario Kart. So I've been playing Fantasy Life instead. Mainly because it's such a good handheld game, and it has been pretty consistently hot here. And there's nothing better when it's just too hot to do anything, right, boys? And just fucking laying down with a fan full blast in your face and playing some games on handheld, right?
Oh yes.
So I've now finished Fantasy Life. I think it's hit me about 25 hours in the end. It's a fun game. I definitely recommend it. I think Dave said it's getting a physical as well soon, right? So
Yeah, it's getting a physical in Japan on Switch too. So
yeah, the
I might
physical
import it.
stands can import it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty fun. I don't think it's quite the whatever it is, 87 on Open Critic or whatever it is, but then that is from someone who's, I'm not the target audience for these games by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, maybe that's a little bit generous, perhaps. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. The last chapter is a bit of work. I'll be honest with you, Davey. There's a lot of like, you need to kind of do all the gathering and then all the crafting and then fighting, and then it's like, yeah, but now you need to go and do some stuff in the Jeroma Mossima, whatever the hell that place is called.
Classic grind. Is that what you're saying, Craigo?
Yeah, I think it's just grind. There is like, it gives you stuff to do, but it's just like, you're like, okay, so we've done this now then, have we? And then it's like, now you need to do this as well. And you're like, okay, we're dragging this out a little bit, aren't we? But it's not too bad. So yeah, I finished that one now. That's been my like handheld game since the Switch 2 launch. So I probably do need another one of them soon. But like I said, probably will be Donkey Kong in all honesty, which is just coming out in a few days' time. So that will take over from there. And then the only other thing I think I've been playing on the Xbox, I did start Tony Hawk's 3+4 remake yesterday when it came out. Yeah, yesterday. It's very good. You won't be shocked to hear. It's fantastic. I am not very good, I'll be honest with you boys. You have these like memories of back in the day when you were playing it, you were grinding around everywhere and you were getting like easily over 100,000 in a combo. I just assume I'd pick up the controller and be that, and am I not that person anymore, boys? Crikey. But I'm very much enjoying it. I'm doing like the objectives and the levels, the high score bits. On the starter levels of each game, I'm like, I can do that. And then as soon as you get towards the end, it's like, yeah, you've got to get 500,000 or whatever it is in the 2 minutes. I'm like, I'm getting absolutely nowhere near that. So yeah, I said I've been having fun just around in it. I think I've unlocked all the levels in the free remake now, and I've got like most of the objectives in the normal levels, and then the like competition levels. I've got bronze in all three essentially. So yeah, I do want to try and get gold in all of them and do the all the objectives, but yeah, I am not very good, so might be a bit of a challenge. We'll see. And I think once you've done all the objectives and like all the levels, you then unlock like the pro objectives, which there is absolutely no chance I would be able to do. Absolutely no chance at all. And I have started 4 as well. I think I've only got like the first 2 levels unlocked in 4. But yeah, like it's weird when I like think back to Tony Hawk, because I used to play them a lot back in the day, but they all just kind of like morph into one. Like I never remember like which ones I played more of. But I think I probably did play more of 4 going back and playing this, because I'm like, oh, I very much remember all of this. I remember these levels like surprisingly well. So I imagine 4 was the one that I played more of, and that's obviously the one they changed the most as well, right?
Yeah, because
Like,
that was the
2-minute
one that
runs.
was free roam back in the day, and now it isn't.
Yeah, but like I say, it kind of fit when you play it and you're doing the package. Like I get why they've made it like this. Absolutely,
Yeah.
it doesn't really diminish from it at all. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. The soundtrack is obviously not the original soundtrack, and it's kind of like a mix of some old and new stuff. There's some Motorhead in there, Davey. There's some Alice in
Hell
Chains,
yeah.
but there's also some like Fontaine's DC and 10,000 Gex and stuff like that. So there's also some modern stuff in there as well. But yeah, no, I've done a lot of fun there, just kind of messing around with that, doing little 2-minute runs. It's quite nice. Like, oh, I've got 20 minutes, I can do a few runs. You know, I might be able to find the skate letters in those few runs and knock that out or something. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely want to get through 4 as well. See if I can do all the objectives. And the base like normal mode, like I said, there's absolutely no chance I'm going to be good enough to do the pro mode though. So like, very good I am not, boys. Very good I am not. I've watched some people and I'm like, fuck me, these people are incredible. How are they doing this? What witchcraft are they doing? What buttons are they pressing? I'm good. My hands can't do that, I don't think. But I've also been like, I think because you played 1+2, right, Pengi?
Yeah.
Did you because I've been like switching back and forth a little bit with the D-pad and the analog stick. Did you do any of that on 1+2?
No, I've just used the analog stick.
See, I used the D-pad the whole time I played 1 and 2.
Yeah, I've been like going backwards. I'm not really sure which one I prefer, because obviously back in the day it would have all been on D-pad, right?
Yeah, it would have been a mix by 3 and 4.
Yeah, because like to me, most of my memories of 2 was on the Dreamcast.
Yeah,
So
with
obviously
the stick,
I had the analog stick, yeah. And then obviously 3 and 4 was original Xbox and GameCube and stuff. Obviously you got the sticks, so
Yeah, it's one of those. I think the optimal way is to use the sticks to move, and then as soon as you're in the air, you switch to D-pad. I think.
Yeah.
Because it turns into a fighting game
Yeah.
basically. Like you've got to put in like button commands to use your special meter and all that. But yeah, it's a fun one. Like I said, my favourite one of them is actually Underground. I quite like the open world shenanigans.
Yeah, I really hope that this does well and they like keep doing these remakes, and they do some of the open world ones, the free roaming ones.
Yeah.
A lot of fun to go back to, definitely. But that's it. That's all I played, boys.
Nice. So Pengles, take us home.
yeah. Right, so played on the PlayStation 5. Since obviously last time we recorded, I've finished Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
Huge.
Yeah, huge. I did do, like I said, a little bonus video, and I hadn't finished it then, but I was quite close finishing. It took me 40 hours to do all 16 episodes of the game. I weirdly think Craig would like this over Death Stranding 1, because my problem with Death Stranding 2 is not Kojima enough, Dave.
God.
Yeah.
So it's more a coherent game, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's more of a... It's saying that I did see IGN did a mass thing where they did the percentage of cutscenes, and this is actually higher than Death Stranding 1, which I find quite surprising. Obviously, from playing it and stuff like that, I found there was very little like cutscenes, and the Kojima nonsense that you get until the last few chapters and stuff like that. The last two chapters are like really good, but getting there and stuff like that, I had the deliveries down to a T. I was just loading up my truck, because you get the truck quite early, loading up my truck with my cargo, and then just driving along leisurely to my destination and delivering my cargo off and that, and then yeah, and then you get like a little cutscene and stuff like that. It's still a very good video game, but like after the greatness that was Death Stranding 1, it's a bit disappointing.
It's just a
It
sequel.
almost sounds like you should have just played like SnowRunner or something, Pengi.
Yeah,
What
it
those
is
games
really.
called?
Yeah. There was one this year as well, wasn't there? Roadcraft of that. But
Expeditions or
that.
something like that, is it?
Yeah. You got the. I know which games you mean. Yeah, it did end up being like, especially you can upgrade your truck, and I had the pulley system, so any lost cargo and stuff that on the thing, the pulley system just pulls it into the truck and stuff like that, and then you can deliver that as well and get some more likes and stuff of all that good stuff. There is more combat sections in this one than the previous game as well. You don't have to take part in the combat. You can take a stealthy approach if you wish to do that sort of thing. So yeah, so it is not my game of the year. That's still Expedition 33 at the moment. So that's game my year so far. Also on PlayStation 5, I went back to Monster Hunter Wilds because that had the title update 2, which added 2 new monsters in there and like story content for them. So I did the 2 like story missions for that. They haven't done the festival yet; that hasn't started. So I don't know if that's going to add any more content when they change the Grand Hub before like the summer festival and stuff like that. I think that goes live like the 23rd, 24th of July or something like that. But yeah, I did go back and into that and do the last bit of story, like the new story stuff, and that's when I'll mostly dip into Wilds again, is when update title 3 comes and we add whatever monsters we have from that and that sort of thing. Like I could have guessed grinded out the new armors and things, but it's not. They didn't look. I normally go like, oh, this armor look cool or not, and I didn't think either of the new armors looked that cool, so not for me. Then I also played some Rematch on PS5 as well. Some Rematch, not a whole lot, but I did play some of that on there. So that is my PlayStation stuff. Nothing on PC, nothing on ROG. And then on Switch, I also did the new tracks, like Craig mentioned. Yeah, which obviously it's the new Cup. I did them also on easy. I have done 3 of the now 5 cups on medium, sort of thing, and I did try the new pure performance mode and stuff like that of Fast Fusion. It's what I still got installed, so like I will mostly dip in, dip out now and again on the Switch 2 of that sort of thing. But I feel more if I'm going to play a racing game now, dip in and dip out, it might be like some online of Mario Kart World sort of thing. Then weirdly this afternoon I played some demos, some Switch 1 games. One called Old School Rally, which is what it says on the tin, Old School Rally, so it's like Sega Rally and stuff like that. Then I get a weird visual novel game called And Roger. I tried the demo of this and did a short on this because I think I'm getting sent a code for the game, so I just thought I'd try the demo first. And but the last bit of I tried off the demo reminded me of that game I played a few years ago called I Look Up and I See a Ceiling or whatever, that I got like reviewed ridiculously well on OpenCritic. You know, it's the weird PC games that get like 90 odd score. You know the ones, Davey, Craigie thing, and that sort of
Free
thing.
reviews.
Yeah, they get like 3 reviews, gets like 96 and stuff like that. And I remember playing that on PC. And then what I've played of this so far, again, it was only in a demo, So that's similar to that. It could actually review quite well, but then this is on Switch, so who knows? Not a weird PC thing, but I think I'm getting code sent for that. That is it, really, that I've played.
Nice.
But I do have a pickup.
And what is that pickup, Pengi?
Off on the old eShop, I bought Patapon 1+2 Replay. So I have that on Switch.
Nice.
Obviously playing on Switch too. Now, Davey, obviously you would have played Patapon in the past.
I did.
Patapon 2 is the better game. Do I just go straight to Patapon 2 because there isn't much of a story and like Patapon 1's like 15 hours. So do I just go straight to 2, knowing like Donkey Kong's coming and I got Rido to play and
yeah, I suppose you bought 1 and 2. I'd probably play 1 and then 2, really, over a period of months. But it's, you do you, Pengi, whatever you want, whatever you like the look of, buddy.
Yeah, I was thinking them to go to 2 first because it's the better game and like go straight to that one. But the only problem is once I play 2, going back to 1 might be a bit of bit difficult.
Missing on
if you played the one.
Key Patapon lore as well. I'm sure there's
Yeah, I don't think that really makes much difference.
I played 1 quite a lot back in the day, and I really liked it. But
yeah,
fun games.
Yeah, and that's that.
Lovely. Well, another week's done. I'm pretty much ready to go and just die in a corner. To be honest, you try and get my sleep pattern close to correct, but I suspect in this heat that is going to be difficult. But thank you for watching. We will be back with a slightly more structured episode next week. I don't know what the topic will be. It could well be Donkey Kong First Impressions, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.